Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY Dreaming, and oh my goodness, I have a fun and super easy craft to show you today for Easter. We're going to be making some carrots using hot glue, and this was a thrift store chenille bedspread that I bought maybe a year and a half ago for $12 or $14. And I still have a huge piece over there, but I've been slowly cutting it up and making all kinds of fun things. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm also working on blessing boxes, which if you're watching live, I will announce all of that later, but I'm gonna put some of this fabric in those. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. This is what I have been fiddling around with and come up with. There's one. And here was the first one, which was really teeny. Okay, these would be great in a dough bowl. You could attach them to like a garland. This one could be a candle garter. They can just be sit-abouts to put on top of a stack of books. You can bling them, button them. I mean, there's so many different things that you could do. So let's start at the beginning. All right, and let's use this one. Let me get my ruler so I can tell you what the size is. This is computer paper. It's how I always make my little patterns. It's 7 1/4 wide. So from here to here is 7 1/4 inches. And then from top to bottom, it's almost 10 1/2 from here to here. And I just folded my paper in half and kind of drew what looked like a carrot to me. I did make the bottom of it kind of rounded. So this is the bedspread that I have been working on, and I also have a pink one over here that I bought in Bend, Oregon at an antique store. So we'll do some Valentine's stuff with that very soon. Okay, so I'm just gonna pin my little pattern on, and I'll hold it up once I get it cut out. At the very top is going to be the fringe. So let me just get this on here. Okay. I am not even going to be careful while I'm cutting this out because it's going to be glued over itself, so it doesn't have to be a perfectly straight line. Tell me in the comments. Catherine says she makes her own patterns on computer paper too. Tell me in the comments, you guys, if you had one of these kind of bedspreads ever, these chenille or popcorn chenille, or they have a lot of different names. Anyways, did you have something like this when you were younger in the 60s and 70s? Do you have something like this now? I have been looking for a chenille bedspread for like 3 years. And then one day I was at Goodwill and I looked over by where they have their linens hanging, and I was like, oh my gosh, could that be? Could it be a white chenille popcorn style bedspread with fringe? And I went over and I just immediately grabbed it and put it in my cart. And it was not expensive. Okay, so here's my little carrot. This is so easy, you guys. I'm almost embarrassed to do it with you. But really, I just want to give you the idea. You can use absolutely any kind of fabric that you would like for this project. I'm just happening to use this. Okay, so you want to look and see which side is the front of your chenille. This side right here is the back. and this side is the front. And I can tell that by this trim right here. So I'm just going to kind of fold this over. And I do want the top to match up. I'm going to pin it down. And we'll just pull this over and over and over. Okay, and it might look like it's going to be a little buckled, but I think once I stuff it, it'll be totally fine. Okay, I am using my Sherbonder Cool Shot Mini hot gluing device, under $10, because this is a project where you are pretty likely to get hot glue on your hands, and I don't want you to burn yourself. So I'm just going to put some glue on here, along where I've folded this carrot over, and I've got glue on my hand already. I'm pushing my fabric down into it. Okay, I need some more glue. So you could deck this out absolutely any way that you want, and you could make a pillow wrap or a pillow with the same idea and just do the flat pieces that you glue onto whatever. This was a project that we did about a week ago, and these fabrics were just little samples of fabric from a decorator fabric sample book. Okay, did I get that? All right, now the only tricky part is the bottom, and it's not really even that tricky. I'm going to cut off this little piece that's poking over the edge. Isn't my sweatshirt cute? I did this yesterday during Christ and Crafting. Yeah, I love it. This sweatshirt, you guys, if you're watching live, which is like the 21st or something of January 2024, I got it at my Walmart in the back of the ladies section, and it was on clearance for $10, which I was like, well, all right, this will work just fine. All right, so I just glued the bottom together, and this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to see. If there are any areas that I really need to add some more glue. I don't really see any. And I'm using my favorite polyfill. You have an old pillow. You could wad up some plastic bags. But this is the polyfill I like the best. It's called Crafter's Polyfill, dry polyester packing fiber fill, 20 ounces. It has this little doll on it, and it says ideal for doll making. And what I like about this polyfill is that it's stiff, or stiffer than other ones that I've worked with. So let's start at the top and kind of fold over a loop. This is like when you're filling a pastry bag, how you fold it over. I'm going to start with a small piece, and I'm using a long paintbrush. To cram that down into the tip of my carrot. You could sew this project also. For those of you who are wondering, why does Hiedi show everything with a glue gun? Well, the reason why I do that, generally speaking, is because not everyone sews, but most people do have access to a hot gluing device, and they know how to use it. So that just makes my projects a little more doable for everyone. But if you have a sewing machine or you like to sew things by hand, you can absolutely do this project that way. And it's such a quick project, I really don't think it would take a lot longer to do it on a sewing machine or by hand, except for me, every time I get my sewing machine out, where is it? I don't know where I've even put it. It's probably in the closet over here. I have to remember how to thread it. So that's always a challenge for me. But, okay, I'm getting there. And let me just grab one more little pinch. All right, and right where this seam is where I'm going to kind of cinch it up. So I'm going to get all the little fringes out. And then I'm using white tulle from Walmart. I'm going to do 2 layers of it. You could use whatever color you want, or you could use ribbon. This is one of those projects where you can just use what you have on hand. And you could do this project totally with canvas duck, with, you know, a pretty printed fabric, all kinds of things. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt to do a tight knot. And we'll fiddle around with its location. I've got one piece of the fringe that I don't know what's going on with it, so let's just cut that off. And I'm going to pull these together and just and there we go. I mean, it could not be any simpler. I do have a lot of different bling, which is available from Totally Dazzled. If you would like my website, there's, I don't know if they have any more of my Totally Dazzled packs left or not, but they have a lot of pretty pieces, a lot of different things that you could use. And when I was fiddling around with this first one, I put a little rhinestone butterfly on there. But this would be pretty too. Let's put this on. Where did it go? There it is. So let me know when we're all finished if you would like my complete supply list, or if you want to know about the blessing box thing that I'll be starting, or if you just have general questions, you want my Totally Dazzled website or anything else. Okie dokie. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I know this craft was so super simple, but anyways, I hope that it inspired you that you can make carrots out of just about anything with either a sewing machine or a hot glue gun and a little polyfill. All right, I will see you guys later. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee, sit down, get busy reading what you guys have to say. If you feel like sprinkling, that would be great. Let's see. Thank you so much to the person who did stars. I really appreciate that. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day.